Hey everyone, and welcome to the Green Beret Life. As you can see, Matt is running a little bit late today, but we're going to go ahead and get started. For those of you that don't know, the Green Beret Life is a 501c3 company that Matt started a few years ago to do things with veterans and their families, outdoors, shooting sports, that sort of thing. He's done a lot of work with concealed carry permits and training and that sort of thing for veterans and their families that look to get that sort of thing. He does rifle, pistol, shotgun training in Florida and also north in his place up there. If you guys are interested, send an email to greenberetlife@gmail.com, or you can check out the website at Green Beret Life. We have Twitter as well. Send any emails with any questions or anything that you might have, and we will get back with you and let you guys know what and when any training would be going on. We've got a few stories tonight. I apologize for the extra jankiness of the production. I'm traveling right now, so I'm down to just my laptop with one screen instead of the three that I normally operate with. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of juggling. But some of the stories that we're having here today, there's the Heritage Foundation has done some work in observing NGOs, which are non-government organizations, and their work in facilitating the movement of illegal aliens throughout the country. And they've also done some work and caught up with a place in New York that was actually providing residency papers to individuals with basically no form of ID or anything whatsoever. And oh, there's Matt. He just hopped on.
I've been here for a while. Did you just see me right now?
Because I just moved the screen. You haven't been here for a while.
I have. I have been here for at least the last 2 minutes. Uh-oh.
Okay. Well, last minute I'd have my screen up. What's going on?
We had the circle of death there for a second. Sorry about the. I don't feel tardy, but apparently I am.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit tardy. Do you want to give your Green Beret Life spiel? I tried it, but you're much better at it than I am.
Welcome to the SCIF. I'm Matt. That's Stu. We are the Green Beret Life. We're a 501c3. We offer training for veterans, for everybody, but everything goes to benefit veterans families, first responders families. We specialize in pistol, rifle, shotgun, but we do all sorts of outdoor activities, land navigation, survival, all sorts of stuff. If you're interested in some training and you want to ask a question, you got a group of people together. If it works, we can travel. So get a hold of us at TheGreenBeretLife@gmail.com. If you have any questions about the military that either myself or Stu can answer, you can get a hold of us there too. It takes us a little while sometimes to get back to you, but we will get back to you. No question is a stupid question. So if you've got something that you want an answer to and we can provide an answer, go ahead and hit us up. I think Stu's already gone through the schedule for the show tonight. Stu is traveling. I had something that just held me up here shortly. But we have a packed show. We've got a packed hour. We're going to try to keep it to an hour tonight. I know we say that every week, but
we've gotten better.
We're going to make this happen. Stu, did you tell him you're going on a cruise and all of that nonsense yet?
No, I just said that I was traveling and I'm down to one screen instead of the three that I normally operate with. So it's going to be probably exceedingly janky this evening, even more so than normal.
So congratulations is in order. Stu earned a free cruise. And I don't know how it did it, but for some reason it was Grindr profile of the month. Can you explain what this is? I'm not familiar, Stu.
Yeah, what happened was when you signed up for Grindr, you used my address. So I got all the points from your participation in the extracurricular activities.
Well, see, then you should be thanking me. Let's try some gratitude next time.
Yeah, I'm just one. I'd be just one of many thanking you, Matt, for your performance.
That's exactly right. All right. We are on YouTube, so if you've joined us here on YouTube, thank you very much. We spend a little bit of time every week on YouTube, basically trying to pull anybody who's over here over to Rumble or Odysee. YouTube does not give a rat's ass about our First Amendment rights here. So if we don't toe the narrative, we get hit with the strike. So we spend as little time as possible on YouTube, which sucks because I love YouTube. I used to spend, well, I still do spend some time on it, but I think we need to migrate. YouTube has said they don't want us. So we need to migrate collectively. Anybody who is into the outdoors, fishing, firearms, automotive stuff, politics. If your politics aren't radical leftist, they don't want you here. So we need to migrate on over to some of the other platforms that appreciate us being there, especially coming up during this election season. I don't know what's going to happen, but I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of strikes on YouTube. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of unsubscribing to channels on YouTube. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of silencing the pro-America First side on the traditional legacy social media outlets. So with that being said, we're going to spend a little bit of time here and then we're going to migrate on over to Rumble and Odysee. And I hope you join us over there and we'll go on from there. What story should we start with, Stu?
Well, I was just getting to the point where I was kind of going over what we were going to talk about. I brought up the stories that you had for the Heritage Foundation and what they had uncovered with some of the NGO activities, the NGOs in New York that were actually providing residency paperwork to illegal aliens with no supporting documentation from, those individuals whatsoever. I found a story with, I think it's really, like you said, going to drive some of the social media responses and their desire to get rid of 2A themed channels is that a judge has found or is allowing to proceed a lawsuit against several social media companies seeking to hold them responsible for helping to enable the mass shooter in the Buffalo, New York grocery store back in 2022. And I can see them by extension deciding that, it's the 2A stuff. It's showing them how to use guns. It's teaching them how to do it. That's the reason. That's the fault. And I can just see that, just kind of ballooning over. And
is that, correct me if I'm wrong, was that another one where the FBI was tracking the individual?
You know what? They all are. It seems like he was known to the FBI. The FBI had an eye on him. Yeah, that seems to be every one of them. That seems to be a common theme.
And wasn't there one where they were actually in communication with one of them, or wasn't there something out there where they were actually in communication via social media sites?
I don't think it was this one, but it would not surprise me at all.
If the FBI was tracking an individual and the individual goes on to commit a crime or even purchase a firearm like the one in Colorado who was tied to ISIS, they allowed him to that means he passed a NICS, right? He purchased a firearm.
I'm sorry, who is it again that maintains that?
Oh, I think it's one of those federal agencies.
It's one of those three-letter agencies.
Yeah. One of them. I think they bear some liability. So I know there was a lawsuit not too long ago, and it came out in favor of being allowed to, but haven't heard much more on it. And I wish I would have written it down, the name of it, to do a little more research on it, but it allows people to sue the federal government or federal agencies, right? And I would say if anybody is liable for any of this, I would start with that law enforcement agency that was tracking all these individuals, yet still allowed them to purchase a firearm and go on and commit their mass murder, which is what they've done. And also, how many mass shootings over the last year and a half, 2 years occurred with someone who identified with a community that shall not be named, that everybody knows what we're talking about?
Well, we can't talk about that because whenever they have their manifestos, they're kept hidden until they're leaked. And then once they're leaked, the agencies threaten to sue and fire people and everything else because, it leaks, and basically it confirms everything that we thought leading up to it. But, you can't say that because it could lead to harm. You can't talk about why somebody does something. You got to hide those facts.
Hey, we just got a message too from Troy's Lab. Nice to see you, Troy's Lab. He's saying no stream at Rumble. Now on our end, it shows everything is okay with Rumble. Can we do a quick check on that?
Yeah, I'm looking at Rumble right now. I have Rumble up. I'm showing a couple of viewers. I greeted everyone. I'm showing Rumble stream as right now. So,
in Troy's Lab, sometimes these things occur regionally. So outages. So it's boy, oh boy, this game here, we're still, and it's not, I'm not just saying us as in the Green Beret Life, but I think trying to break away from the legacy streaming outlets, there are some hiccups here. So hopefully Rumble gets sorted out. If not, let us know if you still can't get on, and then maybe we'll try to curb our show and stay on YouTube a little longer. We just have to really watch what we say on YouTube.
Yeah, I was just double checking on my phone, and it's showing live on my phone as well. Hold on, let me see.
Our show stay on YouTube a little longer.
That was it. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, so it's showing live on my phone and on my computer, so it's there. I'm not sure why Troy's Lab can't. He's not getting it on his end. It's going to Rumble.
Yeah. So I didn't mean to interrupt your statement there, Stu. Well, where were we at in that?
You know what? I don't even know. I think we were just talking about some of the nonsense that's going on with a lot of this stuff. Like I said, I can see them really trying to use this as an excuse, as a justification to crack down and squeeze out more of the 2A community and the firearms, the veterans, the military type community, and just squeeze them out. It gives them a reason to that. It's borderline dangerous content. It's teaching people how to do things. They're whatever justification they can come up with to do what it is they want to do. They're just finding a reason to justify the actions that they want to take. I've also got a story here. Well, it's the story's funny. The background of the story isn't. There was a New York officer that was killed recently, and there's a story to go along with that with Kathy Hochul, and the results couldn't have happened to a better person, I don't believe. And then another story is a surprise for Matt. I think he may actually know the primary individual involved because it has to do with a police officer. You guys know Matt was a police officer for a while, so we'll get to that story as well. And Matt is in-depth knowledge of the happenings with that one.
All right. Surprise.
Is there any of these that you think we can
in-depth commentary on? That's sweet. I love it. It makes it no different than any other stuff. So
That's
it's a
true.
surprise.
That's true. It's a
So,
surprise. It's always a surprise.
yeah,
Is there anything you want to
absolutely.
cover on YouTube?
Um,
I'm not
well,
sure.
uh, is you know things continue. There's just a little blurb, and I don't know if we talked about this last week. The 2 minutes of the black box on the ship, the crucial 2 minutes before it hit the piling, which collapsed the bridge, is missing in the black box. Isn't that convenient?
Well, what I had heard is the way the black boxes are set up, when it loses power, the only thing that's recorded is audio, not any of the telemetry and I guess whatever you would be calling the rudder
I would
position.
I would I would call bullshit on that. To be honest with you, to be honest,
Yeah, I'm just saying that's
what's the point of a black box if when you lose power, it I would imagine it has backup power, and these ships
one
all
would
have
think.
redundant. Yeah, the ships all have redundant engines, right? And redundant generators. So when one goes out, the other one turns on. This was explained by a captain that was already there. And you can see power going off and coming back on, and then power going off again, which is weird, right?
Yeah.
But a black box should not be beholden to the whatever device it's tracking losing.
No, you would think it would have its own separate,
Mhm.
self-contained power source. Even if it's just a UPS battery,
That's
uninterruptible
exactly what
power
they.
supply
Yep.
that would keep it
That's exactly.
active for 20 minutes. I mean, hell, I've got
That's
one in my house that keeps my router up if I have a power spike. It can't be, it can't be that
yeah.
complicated to put 20 minutes of battery life in the box.
Even if that backup system was operating several sensors, which were speed, direction, rudder position, this stuff, easy stuff that
Yeah.
doesn't require hardly any power. So I don't buy any of that bullshit. The 2 minutes prior to it hitting, that's where you need all of the information, and it's not there. How convenient. Just like the video cameras were broken the night that Jeffrey Epstein was supposedly committed suicide. And it just goes on and on and on and on. Anytime we need the data that would tell us something and anything major that happens, it's not there. The cameras were broken. What was the last one where the cameras were broken? Something really. Every single one of these things, and that's a
Yeah,
hint. When the
there's
cameras are
always
broken, yeah,
a one in a million accident, 1 in a million occurrence that just so happens to, we miss that crucial, 30 seconds of video, or, that window closes, and we'll never know what happened because unfortunately, ABC happened, and it seems to happen consistently, and that's that's unfortunate.
Here's something else that we can talk about real quick that was in the news today. We have this trial that Trump. He's for some reason this has been turned down. This isn't even a federal crime. The feds looked at it. They turned it
man.
down.
You're gonna have to be more specific. You just said Trump and trial. He's got about 32
Yeah.
of them. You're gonna have to narrow it down.
I'm trying to get there. The trial up in New York over the Stormy Daniels stuff. Stormy Daniels owed Trump $5 million because the whole story was all bullshit. Okay.
Yep.
It all came out. There's lots of rumors surrounding this, including Cohen. I even heard a rumor, and this is just the rumor I heard, that the affair actually happened between Cohen, the attorney that looks like Trump felt sorry for and employed, and Stormy Daniels, and he used the money to shut her up, right? So nobody knows what's going on here. We do know that she owes Trump $5 million because it's bullshit. The attorney that brought this forward is now sitting in jail for extortion or fraud or whatever the hell it was. And that was the mainstream media was building him up to be a presidential candidate. Avenatti, anybody remember him? That clown. So anyways, this is a case that they were trying to tie it to federal election law. Okay. The feds looked at it, said, no, there's nothing here. And Alvin Bragg has moved forward with it. So it's a bullshit case. So anyways, of course, it gets to assigned to a never Trumper judge named Juan Merchant. Okay. Juan Merchant has a 34-year-old daughter who, oh, here we go again, tied to the Democrat Party, right? And this 34-year-old woman has generated something like 93 or 94 million dollars in funds for Democrat candidates. So she works with Adam Schiff and all of these, right? And she's very vocal on social media about. We lost Stu there. Hopefully, we get him back here. She's very active on social media about all sorts of things that never Trump her, right? She hates Trump, posts memes about him, the whole 9 yards. And it turns out that her mother, which is the judge's wife, also worked for Letitia James. So there's no, in reality, there's no way this individual could ever be allowed to preside over this case. Okay, you back, Stu?
Yeah, I'm back. The joys of traveling and hotel internet. I'm not sure why my computer just completely disconnected from the network.
You're staying at the YMCA?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I like the dances and all that we do, and the dress up. That's my jam.
Nice. So, anyways, first of all, the case shouldn't be happening. Second of all, this case is going to require Trump to be in court every day during the campaign for president, right? In addition to this, they wouldn't delay it, and this judge will not recuse himself. He will not recuse himself, and in no normal times would this judge be allowed to preside over this case where he has obvious bias. So anyways, here's the story with the background out of the way. The story here is that Trump took his case to social media and just mentioned that the daughter works with all these Democrats. The wife works with Letitia James and this and that and the other thing. And what does the media do? They get together, form a talking point, and go out to try to misinform the public, because what they've gone and done in lockstep, like they do everything, it's like it was coordinated, right? In lockstep, they go out and say, Trump has threatened the daughter of the judge. There was no threat. Nobody in any way, shape, or form, no normal thinking individual would ever look at that and say he threatened anybody. So it's all bullshit. It's all lies. It's all fake news, right? And sweet, Troy's on Odysee too.
Oh,
so
good.
It's all fake news, but this is what they're going to do. So buckle up and get ready for fake news, because who are these outlets talking to? The CNNs, the MSNBCs, people that don't know what's going on. Okay. These people have no clue. They get their information from liars and propagandists. Okay. State propagandists. So the whole thing's a joke, Stu, and just get ready, because there's going to be more and more. But here's the good thing. People have woken up to it. Mainstream media nobody thinks it's legit except for the 30% on that side who are frothing at the mouth, skulls full of mush, products of the public education system.
Yeah, they're going to be doing everything they can to keep Trump off the campaign trail in the courtroom. That's their goal, and that's the only way that they think they can keep him from winning, is to keep him from campaigning. And yes, him being able to go to areas and do events and put things on in person are a huge thing. But I don't think that's going to give them the upper hand that they're looking for, because the people that want to see Trump, they know what's going on. They see it. They understand it. And they're going to be watching him on Truth Social, on, his YouTube, whatever he does, whatever clips he puts out, whatever events he does participate in are going to be broadcast, and that's how people are going to, consume his message, going to see what he's saying, going to see what's going on. I don't think it's going to give them the leg up that they're hoping it
No,
will.
it's going to bite them in the ass, is what it's going to do. These people have had it their own way for so long because they control so many levers of what was traditional society, such as the schools, the media, local and federal government, right? They control all these levers, and it's one, if you ask me, one big cabal. Before we get any deeper in this, since Troy's on Odysee and we're up and running on Odysee and Rumble, let's, what do you think we switch over and then start being able to speak without looking over our shoulder, Stu?
Yeah, absolutely. If anyone's over here on YouTube, there should be a link in the description below to the Rumble channel. Please click on that and follow us over there. We're going to continue the conversation in an adult fashion over on that side, and we will see you guys